Thank you. I'll just mute my microphone and stop my video, and then I'm here only. I'm continuously connected. Not. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And by various faculty, nearly 1,000 this year, and about 2 lakh students to be expected to be trained. Kind of, it's a very
fantastic.
It's a very big initiative of AICTE, I would say.
Ma'am, what a job! 200 today and 2 lakh shortly.
Yeah.
That's the type of ripple effect it can have, you know.
Yeah. The IICTE shared some data with me, so on the basis of which I could actually analyze certain things which.
To the students over there. Very good. I'm sure we'll do it.
We'll be sharing the data, ma'am. We'll be sharing the data. And even after inaugural also, we'll be sharing the data with the IIM Sirmaur.
And you will also be talking about it briefly in your address also. I'm sure Dr. Soni will be talking about that. I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are just waiting for the Honorable Chairman AICTE and the Vice Chairman AICTE to join.
Yeah.
And in a couple of minutes, still little bit time is left.
We are all on time. I'm happy that all our persons from the IGBC is supposed to talk. Both Dr. Velan and me, we are already there, and the Supradar for the whole program, Rekha, is already there. She's a great anchor. And she herself is a great faculty member. I'm sure you're also going to speak, Rekha, one of the sessions.
No, sir. IIM Sirmaur is going to host it. So they will be announcing everything, sir.
Okay. They're going to announce it.
Take some classes, right, for the faculty. That's what he's asking.
Yes, sir.
You're 5 days, one session you're taking, no? One or two?
Yes, definitely. I'm part of faculty for FDP, sir.
I know. In fact, the distinguished faculty, how many faculty members are going to be there in our team for 5 days?
We are going to have about 11 to 12 members, sir.
Fantastic. 12 members. 12 faculty members, 5 days, morning till evening, no? Intense.
Yes.
Very intense. And I think this is one of the real dense, intense programs that we have. And if you are able to get converted into the 200 IGBC AP, I tell you, what else can you ask for? Not more. Good. I think we also have a Poonia, sir, who is the other? I didn't say good morning to sir. I couldn't say the name. Is it Poonia, sir?
No, Poonia sir has not joined. And the chairman is about to join.
Yeah.
Poonia sir has not joined.
Okay. I got it. Dr. Vasisht has come. Devika Vasisht, ma'am.
Yes,
sir.
Ma'am is there.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you, sir?
Thank you very well. Very nice. What a great initiative both you as well as Neelu has taken for the whole program.
So all because of Madam's support, our Director Madam's support, Professor Neelu Rohmetra.
Yeah. Sure.
Yes, I guess all because of a guidance and support.
Yes. Good morning, sir. Hello, Kumarji.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Alok Kumarji.
Director. Director.
Yeah.
Surkar.
I'm V. Suresh, sir, Chairman of the IGBC.
Hello.
Yeah.
We may wait for a minute.
No problem,
Chairman
sir.
is about to join,
Yes.
and then we'll start.
Sure.
Good morning, sir. Honorable Chairman AICT has also joined, and Honorable Director IIM Sirmaur, Professor Neelu Rohmetra has also joined. Officials from CII also joined. I request Madam Devika Vasis to take up the program, please.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir. A very good morning to one and all. I, Dr. Devika Vasis, Assistant Professor in the Department of Marketing Management at IIM Sirmaur, welcome you all to the virtual inauguration of 7 online AICTE Training and Learning ATAL Academy Faculty Development Programs, hosted by Indian Institute of Management Sirmaur. Hope you and your family are safe and healthy in this pandemic crisis. We are honored and pleased to have the dynamic and versatile personalities with us today on this occasion. One such big personality who is known for his passion and hard work and determination. Also, the esteemed chief guest of today's program, Professor Neelu Rohmetra, Director, IIM Sirmaur. Also, we have today with us Professor Anil D. Sahasrabudhe, Chairman AICTE, Professor M. Poonia, Vice Chairman AICTE, Dr. Ravindra Kumar Soni, Director AICTE, Mr. V. Suresh, Chairman, CII IGBC, Confederation of Indian Industry, Hyderabad, Dr. C. Viren, Chairman, IGBC, Green Education Committee, Confederation of Indian Industry, Hyderabad, Professor Alok Kumar, Director, Indian Institute of Carpet Technology, Bhadoi, Dr. Sachin Varnekar, Director, Institute of Management and Entrepreneurship Development, Pune, Dr. Ajit Singh, Regional Officer, AICTE, the FDP coordinators, the faculty and staff members of IIM Sirmaur, and the FDP participants from all over the country. I welcome you all. It's a great privilege to have with us today at this occasion. Before we begin our program, I would like to brief you all about IIM Sirmaur. IIM Sirmaur is a centrally funded institution of national importance set up by the Government of India in 2015 as a premier institute under aegis of Ministry of Education, Government of India. It aims to provide management education of high quality and promotes alike areas of knowledge and interdisciplinary studies. The institute strives to develop and foster professionals with competencies in creating and leading future-oriented solutions for sustainable growth, adhering to the highest standards of ethical and human aspects of work in Himachal Pradesh, India, and the world. Without much ado, I would like to invite Dr. Ravindra Kumar Soni, Director, AICTE, to address the audience. Sir, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Very good morning to all the dignitaries. A person of HR, the first women director of IIM Sirmaur, and today's chief guest, Honorable Professor Neelu Rohmetra. Very strong, quick and precise in decision, Honorable Chairman, AICTE, Dr. Anil D. Sahasrabudhe. Dr. MP Poonia, Honorable Vice Chairman of AICTE, could not join. He wanted to join, but he's in another program. Respected Sri V. Suresh, the Chairman, CII IGBC. Dr. Sachin Verneka, Director, Institute of Management and Entrepreneurship Development, Pune. Professor Alok Kumar, Director, Indian Institute of Corporate Technology. Dr. C. Velan, the Chairman, IGBC CII. Dr. Devika Vasist, IIM Sirmaur. Dr. Ajit Singh, Regional Officer, Mumbai. My colleague, Dr. Garg, AICTE officials, regional officers joined over here. All the coordinators of 7 FDP and their participants. Once more, very good morning to you all. I'm happy to mention that AICTE has taken many quality initiatives and scaled these initiatives exponentially. Whether it is a hackathon, National Educational Alliance for Technology, we call it NEET, Student Induction Program, Indian Knowledge System, and many more. Out of these initiatives, one of the initiatives is AICTE Training and Learning Academy, under which we are conducting various faculty development programs. It is aimed to provide training on emerging areas to faculty and students. Initially, AICTE planned to impart training to faculty in 9 emerging technologies like AI, cybersecurity, data science, robotics, AR/VR, quantum computing, 3D printing. Later, about 100 emerging areas are identified, and now training is being conducted in more than 100 emerging areas. I like to walk through ATAL Academy journey with one very small presentation. I request the technical team from IIM Sirmaur, please give me share right so I can share a PPT in case the technical person is hearing. Otherwise, without sharing the PPT, I'll take you the. I've got that the presenter right. Thank you. Say 7 FDPs are starting. This set of FDPs series of the year 21-22 started in this month only in the May, and it started exactly on 17th of May, where 15 FDPs started on that day. Today 7 are starting. These 7 are starting from very renowned institutions. One is IIM Sirmaur. IIM Sirmaur is between Dehradun and Chandigarh. It's just a 2-hour journey from Chandigarh and 1 hour from Dehradun. I could locate it. The another FDP starting from Bharati Vidyapeeth Institute of Management and Entrepreneurship Development, Pune. Indian Institute of Corporate Technology. One very important FDP is being started. I mean, it is going to start and is going to host by CII, IGBC. The another one, the National NIT Calicut, Slide, Sant Longowal, Institute of Engineering and Technology, Longowal, and NIT Durgapur. So these are the 7 institutes hosting, going to conduct these 7 FDP in various emerging areas. I was mentioning that this series of FDP started on 17th of May, 21-22. On 17th, Honorable Minister of Education inaugurated 15 online FDP and also launched FDP calendar for the entire year. So that calendar is already in our website. More than 1100, exactly 1177 FDPs are now live for registration for the faculty and students. This registration of the participants are centrally from AICTE, we call it as ATAL portal. From that portal, they are registering. And there is a huge rush. So far, 200 participants have registered in that portal. And therefore, whatever FDPs we are making it live on that portal, it is filled. The registration is filled in the same day. I wanted to share some statistics as in the morning. Honorable Director IIM Sirmaur, Professor Neelu Rohmetra, ma'am told to give some statistics. Little bit statistics for this year, 21-22. I will provide some statistics the last year and last to last year also. But this year's statistics is 11 FDPs are being conducted by IIM, various IIM. 68 FDPs are being conducted by IITs. 20 IITs have joined hands with us. 53 FDPs from IIIT. Then 113 from NIT, Center Universities, Technical Universities. I'm not giving the number here, all these, just for saving time. State universities, centrally funded institutions, even private institutions, private universities, and all these are the topmost institution of the country. We had some eligibility criteria for these institutions. There should be institution of eminence. They should have NIRF ranking up to 200. They should be NAC accredited A++ or NBA accredited. So, and of course, the institution, I already mentioned, institution of eminence and centrally funded institutions. And that's why these FDPs are very important. The faculty of technical institutions, which AICTE regulate, and the students are going to be benefited with these FDPs. Let me walk through the journey of the AICTE Training and Learning Academy initiative. We started operation in 1819, and only 5 FDP we conducted. That was in the end of 1819, February and March. FDP in India always had, it was only face-to-face. It was never online. So 1819, obviously it was face-to-face. Then 1920 also, face-to-face FDP. We planned for 200 FDP, conducted around 190. 10,000 participants got benefited. And again, this was offline. 1920, end of the 1920, it was March last year, when this pandemic started, lockdown imposed across the country, and that's why 10 FDP was not conducted. We planned 200. We wanted to conduct 200. We could not conduct 1,000, but in April, we started experimenting. After the COVID pandemic started, we started experimenting online FDP. This was the first time. So as always happened with the CII also, when the CII IGBC approached us, we requested them conduct at least one FDP, pilot FDP, and then we'll see the response and we can scale it. So after pandemic also, we conducted one FDP first, and then we scaled it. We scaled up to, we planned 1,000 FDP for the entire year, online FDP 2021. That year, 2021, we conducted around 948 FDP, and more than 1.5 lakh participants got benefited. In the pandemic, people were locked down in their residence. Operations was not there. They were not going to their institutions. But they attended these programs. They got benefited with these online FDP. And now in 21-22, I already mentioned the exact number, 777 online FDP are open live. We have planned around 1,345 right now. Some we planned in face-to-face, but because of the second COVID wave, again, we are giving this option to coordinator to convert into online if they wish. And if at all later on we are comfortable to conduct offline, we will be conducting some offline just to give the hands-on training. This year we are planning more than 2 lakhs participants to be benefited out of these FDP. Little bit statics as already requested by ma'am. Last year, in 948 FDP, more than 7,000 experts conducted the session in all 948 FDPs. And out of these 7,000 experts, 2,000 experts were from very renowned institutions, topmost institutions of the country. As I mentioned, IIT, IIM, IIIT, NIT, ISC, JNU, BARC, DRDO. Even some experts from ISRO also taken the session in these FDPs. Similar number of FDP, similar number of experts took session from industry. And if I just name the industry, people from CII is also here. So my pleasure to mention that approximate equal number of experts, 2,000 experts, I can say, conducted session from industry, from Google, very renowned experts from Google, TCS, Infosys, Oracle, and some other industry. Many industry joined hands with us, and they spared the services of experts for these FDPs. Experts from almost all the states, all the union territories participated. I'm talking about the experts. They took the session. And experts from across the globe taken the session. 25 countries, experts from 25 countries involved in the FDP last year. We hope more number will be there. After the last year online FDP, many experts contacted from across the globe to us, and we have circulated their resume to our coordinator. Many experts, they want to render their services without even honorarium. We are paying very small honorarium to the experts, and if the honorarium in terms of the experts from abroad, again it is very less. They want to render their service. They want to give their services for the country, for the nation, without honorarium. We are paying the honorarium, and some of the experts are donating the honorarium to some NGOs. Maximum experts were from USA, 32 the number. Hope this year it will be more. If I talk about the participants, again the participants participated from across the country, all state, all UTs, and this is really the matter of pleasure for us that more than 40% female participants were there in those FDPs. Here again, this year again, we expect the similar number of participants. Participants from very far-flung area, Jammu Kashmir, Northeast, and even rural area also they could join because they were not supposed to travel. They could comfortably join online these programs. Because of this scale, the activity 2021, the FDP 2021 was listed by World Book of Record, and it was a world record last year. We are hoping we'll be conducting the more number will be benefited, and we may feel like one more record this year. Last time, Honorable Chairman already mentioned that this year will be more number. So we are not bothered about the number, but participants, so much participants are there, they want to join. Earlier we had only 100, we restricted 100, then we reached to 200 number. And that's why this much number we are able to achieve. With this only, I just would like to stop here. From my core of heart, I'm thankful to the Honorable Director, IIM Sirmaur, for joining and accepting our invitation as a chief guest. Thankful to everyone, and especially our Honorable Chairman joining over here. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call upon Dr. C. Welland, Chairman, IGBC Green Education Committee, Confederation of Indian Industry, Hyderabad, to give his remarks. Sir, please.
Thank you. Professor Neelu Rohmetra, Director, IIM Sirmaur, Professor Anil Sahasrabudhe, Chairman, AICTE, Dr. Ravindra Kumar Soni, Director, ATAL Academy, Mr. V. Suresh, Chairman, IGBC, Directors, Head of Institutions, Faculty members, and FDP coordinators. A very good morning to all of you. Thank you very much for joining us here today for the first AICTE, ATAL Academy and IGBC Faculty Development Program on green building and built environment. I'm very happy to see that Mrs. Sony was mentioning the way the ATAL Academy and its programs, as well as the response from various faculty members. It's really heartening to see that there is a good. Similarly, when we have launched this faculty program for this green building, for this particular week's program, in single day, there were almost 200 participants registered, and it is only 200 participants be registered for faculty development program. It has been filled up in one day. Thank you very much for that. I would like to extend my hearty thanks and congratulations to each one of you who assembled here for your support, commitment, and your efforts in taking the message of green building movement across India and instilling the seed of green in the young minds of our country. Our dedication towards sustainability, our students today will prepare the next generation for the greener tomorrow, equipping them to carry forward the baton of green and reach newer heights. I'm glad to inform you that IGBC is working closely with its stakeholders and as partner to take these important concepts to the masses. The IGBC Green Education Program was launched with an objective to develop industry-ready professionals on green building concepts and is an important step towards achieving our goals. I'm glad to share that we have signed an MOU with Visvesvaraya Technological University, Karnataka, and Gujarat Technology University, Gujarat, to take this mission forward already. As our chairman, Mr. V. Suresh, always pointed out, it is our commitment to bring this green initiative across the country and especially for the younger generation. Friends, it is estimated that the industry is going to require about 1 lakh trained green professionals a year, every year, to satisfy the growing demand of the building sector. Hence, by training and educating the next generation, the green education program envisages to enable India to have the largest pool of trained professionals in green built environment by 2025. The green education program will also facilitate academia and industry linkage and help educational institutes to develop industry-ready professionals trained on green concepts. The year 2020 has been quite eventful, and despite an ongoing pandemic, we have done well in working towards our goals and continuing our mission for the IGBC Green Education Program. IGBC has organized various online certification courses, training programs, and webinars spreading the awareness on the green concept. The FDP organized today aims at facilitating the educational institutions to develop students industry-ready on green building concepts through training the faculty members as well as trainers. Our sincere gratitude to AICTE and ATAL Academy for giving us this opportunity, and we will continue our efforts towards training the faculty and students on green building concepts. With your involvement, I'm sure we will create a green impact and encourage young minds, our future generation, to take on the path of sustainability. Our chairman will lead further inputs on our mission, on our commitments on the green education. Mr. V. Suresh will be taking it further, I am sure. With these words, I wish the first program of the ATL Academy on Green Education, FDP, a grand success. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call upon Professor Anil Kumar, Director, Indian Institute of Carpet Technology, Bharati, to give remarks. Please, sir.
Good morning, everybody. It gives me immense pleasure to. I hope I'm being heard. And can you hear me?
Yes, sir, very much.
Yes, sir, you're audible. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the AICTE-sponsored ATAL Faculty Development Program. Respected Chief Guest, Professor Neelu Rohmetra, Director, IIM Sirmaur, Professor A.D. Sahasrabudhe, Chairman, AICTE, Dr. N.P. Poonia, Vice Chairman, AICTE, Professor Ajit Kumar, Member Secretary, all dignitaries in the panel, resource person for this FDP, and all participants who are also faculty from different colleges across the country. I am pleased to address you all in this inaugural ceremony of AICTE sponsored ATAL Faculty Development Program. I was going through the final list of applicants. I was thrilled to see that we have people from across 24 states attending this FDP. This is a fine testament to the wide net that technology has managed to cast. I'd like to appreciate AICTE timely initiative of shifting FDP to an online platform. In addition to affording people the opportunity to learn and meaningfully engage in the middle of pandemic, and FDP is an online medium, also enables the democratization of knowledge sharing. On behalf of IICT Bhadoi, I welcome each and every one of you to attend the session in the coming days and take this opportunity to your personal and professional growth. I also wholeheartedly welcome all the source persons for the 14 lectures spread over 5 days. That is lecture over recent development in sustainable processes. For the last 14 lectures spread over 5 days, we have diverse representatives from 6 states of India, from Kerala and Pondicherry down to south in Mumbai and west and Delhi, UP, Uttarakhand in the north. We have also resource persons joining us from the United Kingdom, Dr. Savita Pariti. We tried to get resource persons of India as well, but unfortunately, the ongoing COVID situation didn't allow us. As we all know, faculty development program has proven to be an effective and successful tool for improving pedagogical skills in higher education. It has long been believed that the most important resource that any institution of higher education has its faculty. The role of a teacher goes beyond imparting knowledge and skills to students. They also play a role in shaping impressionable minds and influencing their lives. The profession, this noble profession, comes with a great responsibility. It becomes critical for teachers to keep training and upgrading themselves to keep abreast of the times. The FBI program truly aims to benefit the society as large. You, the faculty members, will get an excellent opportunity to expand your horizons through interaction and engagement with some of the learning experts from industry and academia. All are eminent personalities in their own right. Now, before I finish, I'd like to say a few words regarding IICT. This was set up by Ministry of Textile, Government of India in 1998, and it has truly functional from become 2001. It is located, situated Bhadoi, which is famous in world as carpet belt of India, and it exports carpet worth 6,000 crores to different countries. And that's why the importance of this institute is very important. It provides technical support to the around 600 to 700 exporters, which are located in Bhadoi, Mirzapur, Banaras belts, testing facilities, and runs a BTech program, whereby we have got 100% placement. Further, I'd like to conclude that addressing all faculty members present here today, your participation as academic citizens, your discipline, expertise, your creativity, your knowledge, wisdom, and experience educators is greatly needed as highly valued to strengthen the academic culture of our country and that of our future citizens. Once again, I wish and hope for a good learning experience for all participants and like to request the coordinator to carry forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Sachin Varnikar, Director, Institute of Management and Entrepreneurship Development, Pune.
Namaste. Good morning, Honorable Chairman, Honorable Dr. Anil Sahasrabudhe ji, Honorable Vice Chairman Poonia ji, Honorable Chief Guest Dr. Neelu Rohmetra ji, Dr. Sony ji, Dr. Ajit Singh ji. I must congratulate AICTE, the entire team, for its contribution to the vision statement of National Education Policy. The three very important vision statements: equitable knowledge society with high quality education, sense of respect and bonding with the country, instill skills, values, so that every youth, every young man becomes a global citizen. I have no words to express my feeling the way AICTE has been contributing over the years, and very importantly in this pandemic, the kind of services, kind of programs the AICTE has been organizing. It has kept every stakeholder busy. It has helped every citizen of the country, every student, every faculty, every institution learn, unlearn, and relearn new things. This is a great initiative, sirs, madam, and I congratulate, and we are very much grateful that we got an opportunity as a part of this ATAL FDP to host one FDP that is on AI, that is artificial intelligence, deep learning. And we are really grateful to the AICTE for the sponsorship of this particular program. And I'm sure the very objectives of this program and what we intend at the end of this 5 days FDP that is being organized by us in collaboration with the AICTE, we intend to develop the ability to develop a basic understanding of AI, deep and machine learning. The second outcome that we are looking forward is to analyze the strengths and weaknesses of AI, approaches to knowledge intense problem solving, ability to design and develop the AI applications in classroom scenario, replace the knowledge of AI, deep and machine learning, the students. Sir, very briefly, I would like to introduce Bharati Vidyapeeth deemed to be University, Institute of Management and Development. Bharati Vidyapeeth deemed to be University is accredited with A+ grade by NAC. It is category 1 university. It is one of the top, very rightly said by Sony ji, that it is one of the top 100 universities in India, ranked 63rd by NIRF, and very rightly said by Sony ji, that the very objective of this ATAL FDP is to learn new things, and post this pandemic, post-COVID scenario, we have to be prepared. Change is the only factor which is constant today. We have to upgrade our skills, and that's the opportunity given by AICTE to all of us. And I'm sure with the great resource persons like Dr. Sudhendra Roy, Director, Data Lord, Bangalore, Mr. Avinash Misra, scientist, alumnus, IIT Delhi, Prashant Rajur is a senior faculty from Art of Living, Mr. Kahate is an expert in network security, Mr. Anand Ayush, consultant, Sinant Globe, Anil Sutha, data scientist, PK Mishra, and many such resource persons that we have invited. I'm sure the very objective for which we have been assigned this FDP by the AICTE will be served. So I'm once again grateful to the AICTE, and I welcome all the participants for this great learning experience being organized by Bharati Vidyapeeth IIMD. Thank you. Stay safe, stay happy. God bless.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Mr. V. Suresh, Chairman, CII, IGBC, Confederation of Indian Industry, Hyderabad, to address the gathering, sir. Please, sir.
Thank you very much. A very happy good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to the start of this FDP, the first FDP being done with the AICTE ATAL Academy along with the IGBC on the green buildings and the built environment. What a great pleasure to greet Professor Anil Sahasrabudhe Saab, the chairman of the AICTE, and the chief guest of the day, Professor Neelu Rohmetra, director of the IIM Sirmaur, as well as Dr. Ravindra Kumar Soni ji, and Dr. Alok Kumar, Dr. Sachin Varnekar, Dr. Velan, my own chairman, and colleagues from IGBC, Anand, Srireka, and Srinivas, and director and head of the institutions of faculty, as well as FDP coordinators. I'm very happy that the whole program is also being done with the participation of Devika Vasisht and Ajit Singh. My special welcome to them as well. Good morning once again. It's a great honor, pleasure, and privilege for CI IGBC to be associated with the AICTE ATAL Academy. We had a very good meeting about a month back, and they were rightly said on the type of cooperation and working together with AICTE for green education. When they was told, one of the important points that let's take one pilot program of an FDP to be done. And I'm very happy that in a short little time, we have been able to organize this first program, which is starting from today till Friday going on. And to have nearly 200 participants coming from all nearly 24 states and covering all parts of most parts of the country in a very large way. Why I like that is India is also divided into various geoclimatological regions into the hot, cold, hot, arid, hot, humid, temperate, cold, extreme cold climates, etc. So the type of built environment that we create over there will have to deal with the type of environment that we have in different parts of the country. And therefore, when people are coming from different parts of the country from faculty, you would see how IGBC has really taken into account all these particular one. And Sirmaur itself is in a wonderful place between us, as indicated between Dehradun and the HP area. I'm sure the climatological thing is a very important component we cover. And India is growing from 1 billion less than about 20 years back. We're just around 100 crores in 2001. We are crossing 1.4 crores, or we had about 40 crores of 4,400 million, about 1.2 times the United States being added in less than 20 years time period. That's a phenomenal amount of demographic explosion, and we'll be in another about 10 years time by 2030 achieving about 1.5 billion population. And urbanization is also an important component. India, with all its diversities, also covered with different types of natural calamities, be it earthquake or landslide or floods or cyclones or etc. And we have to cover all these requiring the built environment. And construction is becoming an important component. And we are about 20 billion square feet of construction all over, and you'll be surprised in the next 20 years time, India will be rebuilding with equal or doubling that particular thing in the next 20 years time, or 100 billion square feet of built environment as we create in the next 20 years. So building development has got to be for this additional new population of roughly around 40 to 50 crores worth of population from 2000 to 2030. The new population, new houses, new buildings, new hospitals, new hotels, new campuses, institutions, offices, industries. All this particular thing has got to really take into account the right level of resource optimization and also environment friendly, ecologically appropriate, as well as energy saving features to be incorporated in a very large way. On date, in the last 20 years, IGBC, which is the premier green building rating organization, part of the country and part of the World Green Building Council representing India, we have been able to so far cover India about 5% of the total buildings under the green component, which is sustainable development component in a large way. And I'm very happy that this is growing. And I'm sure over the next about 10 years time period, this will increase to at least 30-35%. That's an important component. Namely, why we are doing is all resource optimization is an important component. To use water properly, energy properly, building materials and technologies properly, and resource optimization, integrated water management, energy management, waste management, carbon footprint reduction. All these are very, very important. So green buildings can contribute 25 to 35% energy saving, water saving, around 35 to 45% energy saving, and carbon footprint reduction of a very large nature will be contributing to this particular sector in a large way. And I'm very happy IGBC, the last 20 years, have done nearly over 6,400 projects and about 7.83 billion square feet or 783 crore square feet of green footprint. And I'm very happy that Professor Anil Sahasrabudhe Saab had the pleasure of visiting the IGBC campus in Hyderabad. And you would have seen that, sir, at that point, it was one of the first platinum green building over there. And now what has happened, it's also been a net zero building. Not only we are consuming we are covering the not only energy needs, but we are also giving back to the grid energy per day on that. So we are very grateful, sir, you are here and you're going to give a leadership under AICTE to reach out to nearly 3,500 technological institutions and engineering colleges and architecture schools under the AICTE wings by the green education component. We're very grateful for that. And as I said, one of the major new thrust area is the climate change by 2050, decarbonizing the environment in a large way of net zero water, net zero energy, net zero waste, and net zero carbon. We are working on with 28 rating system coming in this particular area. I was very happy to hear Professor Alok Kumar very briefly mentioning about carpet industry. And this is an area where we got out of 28 rating system, one of them is exclusively for the interiors. And carpets and related components is a very important thing where the VOC component or volatile organic component has got to be the least for green interiors. And I'm very happy that your institution will try to bring the green interiors component also in the sector that you are working on. And we are very, very happy that the whole program is now reaching out to as a starting point, and we are the first one element. This will also lead to a larger memorandum of understanding with the AICTE on the green education, the syllabus, curriculum development for the graduate level, including the postgraduate level, how we can bring for all the engineering. It's a multidisciplinary. Green building is a multidisciplinary area where the civil engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, energy team, as well as architects, all have to work together. So there is so much that we can get into the curriculum of each of them. And I'm happy that this program of 200 less than 24 hours to get this type of response is something very good. We'll be most happy to organize these FDP, at least another. Each month we can have one program of that nature along with as part of the program which Sony Saab has identified, and I understand you're going to do this year alone about 1,300 or something like that. And it's not easy, 2,300 FDPs and about 3.5 lakhs people being generated in the last about 4 years, including the current year, is a phenomenal achievement. Around this 200 program, we'll be bringing about 12 experts in this particular subject, the best people in the country on sustainable development, as well as the green building component, built environment component. They'll be giving excellent information after the inaugural session till Friday. My own suggestion is that proof of the pudding is in the eating. These 200 are going to be the green ambassadors from the faculty side, going to reach out. I suggested to both Professor Neelu Rohmetra ji as well as Ravindra Kumar Soni that each one of the 200 participants are going to be there from these colleges in different 24 states. By the end of the 5 days program, there'll be so much equity, such a dense, intense program of all facets of the green building in a large way. They themselves should be able to take the IGBC accredited professional exam. It's an online exam. That's the proof of the pudding. And that's the takeaway that will come. And you can understand each one of them being a BTech or MTech, they'll also be an IGBC accredited professional at the end of it. And we are already about 5,282 IGBC APs all over the country. And imagine our own dream vision is that as part of the green education Dr. Velan mentioned, is that every students of architecture, civil, mechanical, electrical, by the time they finish the graduation or post-graduation, they should also become IGBC accredited professional. Why do we want that? We want that the India's growth that's going to take place in the next 20 years time period, we got to be part of that particular sustainable built environment growth agenda, and we should have the right amount of the professionals, qualified professionals to deal with this particular aspects in a large way. So like a finishing school itself, these aspects will come. They get industry friendly. They'll be industry prepared. When they get out of the college itself, they can get into this particular thing. And my own experience in the last 56 years, having worked in the sector and from one of the oldest engineering colleges in the country, from College of Gindi, Anna University, I can tell people have gone through programs of this nature. The industry absorbs them so much. And I was very happy, like a placement which Alok mentioned in his own institution. That's a type of absorption impact that comes in the industry for civil, mechanical, electrical, MEPF consultants in a large way, including architectural students in a big way. Ladies and gentlemen, it's actually a great pleasure that we are going to start this program, and we are going to have here Dr. Anil Sahasrabudhe Sahab as chairman of the AICTE, as well as chief guest Professor Neelu Rohmetra ji for mentoring and taking of this big program. And we want to thank both AICTE and the ATAL Academy and for giving IGBC CI an opportunity for this. And to you, a special thanks to you to be given to Ravindra Kumar Soni sir as director of AICTE. I'm sure we'll be most happy to participate in the 1350 program that you got for the current year, more number of programs during the current year 2021. With these words, a great pleasure to participate in the program and wish the whole initiative of AICTE ATAL Academy for the FDP development a big success for towards the green path for developing a green India. And I hope, as we discussed the first meeting, once this first FDP goes, based on the success of this program that's coming over there, we'll enter into the larger MOU with the AICTE for taking this program further. I think briefly, Dr. Velan indicated 2 of the technological institutions in universities have already signed MOU to get that into the technical colleges and engineering colleges in those particular states in Karnataka and Gujarat already. And we like to take it forward. And thank you once again for the opportunity given. And we want to wish this FDP program all success. And IGBC is there fully to give all inputs for all the programs on this green building throughout the year and the years ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Professor MP Poonia, Vice Chairman AICTE, to address the online gathering.
Ma'am, Honorable Vice Chairman is could not join. He is engaged in some other program. We may invite our Honorable Chairman to address the gathering.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. So now I would like to invite Professor Anil D. Sahasrabudhe, Chairman AICTE, to speak a few words and address the online gathering, sir. Please, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Devika, for inviting me. I think the Vice Chairman was not able to join this particular program. The chief guest of today's 7 FDP launch program, Professor Neelu Rohmetra, Director of IIM Sirmaur. We had a very passionate address given by Suresh Vasudevan just now from IGBC, and he represents CII. And equally passionate was Dr. Sachin Vernekar, Dr. Alok Kumar. Each one of you have already cut my job to size. So in fact, you have covered almost everything that I generally would like to cover. Nevertheless, few statistics which Dr. Soni has already rolled out in the form of PowerPoint presentation, I would like to just reiterate, because it's very difficult during a pandemic time to engage all faculty members because the chips are down. People are all worried. At such a juncture, continuing to have education, both online, which is already ongoing, and the spirit of online education to be given in the form of faculty development programs through ATAL academies. And that great work was done by Dr. Soni and his entire team, Dr. Giridhari Lal Garg, and also Ajit Singh, who is a regional officer. Other regional officers are not there on the platform right now, but all of them have put in their great efforts. So congratulations on one side to my own AICTE team and all the institutions who applied for doing a faculty development program. I think it is not a matter of joke that more than 1,300 institutions coming forward to conduct online 1-week programs for developing faculty. This is a great achievement. And in the last 1 year, in 948 programs, when we crossed 1.65 lakh faculty being trained, which became a Guinness Book of World Record by itself. So I think record is on one side, but basically engaging people, and I was closely watching. Sachin ji was telling not just about quality of education that is to be important, but the new national education policy talks about access, equity. How do we take care? I would like to mention here 2 committees which we set up immediately after the announcement of the new national education policies.
about how do we take care of children with SLDs, specific learning disabilities. We call sometimes dyslexic children. They are so bright. Some of the brightest scientists who won the Nobel, prizes in physics, chemistry, they were all dyslexic. If they were, completely rejected by the society at that point in time, we wouldn't have got that innovation research which happened through them. And therefore, how in our country, so many SLDs are there, how do we take care of them? How do we identify them? How do we bring them to the higher education sector? I think that is one committee. And the other one, we have been seeing the transformation in the terminology itself. We were saying that someone as physically disabled, please watch the words. We were calling them physically disabled. They are not disabled. They were physically not having the same enablement as others, but they have a different type of an enablement. And that's how gradually the word started changing, physically challenged to differently abled to today, our Prime Minister calls them Divyanga. They are the Divya Anga they have that various facets of knowledge which is embedded. They may not be manifested in the same form as the normal other human being, but they have great talent. How do we take care of them? So these two committees have given the report and we are already implementing. We need to conduct faculty development program in these areas as well. These are very important. Sony ji, please note this. We have the committee recommendation. We have experts. I think all institutions must be, sensitized to the need of taking care of the last man. If we do that, only then the country will prosper. Then only then we will make the country happy country, a good country, noble country, to show the whole world. We often talk about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu. It should come in real practice. And that's why our universal human values programs, which we have been conducting. Suresh ji, I am aware that you mentioned that I had visited the Hyderabad Center, the first ever platinum rated building. And I was amazed that even during, a little cloudy day, people were not using electricity inside the rooms, and the computers were, of course, for computers, you required some electricity, either through the solar panel or through the grid power. But as far as lighting load is concerned, absolutely minimal. No air conditioning required. The natural convection being used. I remember that, and I was advocating many places that how greenness is so important in our climate change initiatives. SDG goals, all 17 SDG goals are in some way or the other related with either education or environment. They may not be directly visible, but all 17 goals, I'm telling you, have a relation with education, have relation with environment. And therefore, this green building initiative, as well as the faculty being trained in that, they becoming qualified, this is also equally important. Carpet technology is important because we want to create our young, people from tribal areas employable, their quality of life to improve, their income has to increase, and therefore variety of inputs that are required to be given in all these areas of textile, carpet, those who work by hand, handicrafts, I think all of them are equally important. And I'm very happy that Professor Neelu Rohmetra, who has accepted to be the chief guest on this particular occasion to launch the 7 FDP programs. And as Sony was rolling out, as many as I don't recollect now exactly, 100 odd NITs, 150 odd IITs, when they come forward to conduct AICTE's program for development of faculty. Earlier, we had to keep on requesting IITs or NITs, please conduct one program for us. Today, they are all coming forward, IIMs, IITs, IIITs, NITs, the central universities. I think we are delighted that it is true collaboration which has started happening. And we will take a leaf out of all this and move forward in encouraging more and more institutions to come forward. And secondly, very interestingly, during pandemic, all our efforts were online, and therefore we were able to rope in people from across the globe. Otherwise, earlier FDPs, we used to have only 50 people and 3 experts, not more than that, because our restrictions on terms of the the cost that is involved, travel is involved, accommodation is involved, and therefore we had a lot of constraints. Today it is a boundaryless world. You get faculty experts from as far east as Australia, New Zealand, and Japan, to as west as Canada and USA, to in the middle, entire Europe is in our forte. And therefore, many of these programs are conducted by using expertise drawn from industry, from academia, all across the globe. I think this is almost like a feast. On a thali of plate, when you go to a good restaurant, you have some 10 dishes, 15 dishes, and there is a Bakasur thali I have heard recently, or Bhim thali or whatever you call it, with hundreds of dishes. And similar to that, our FDPs have become absolutely delicious dishes for knowledge, for our brain, for churning action. And this is all what is done by a wonderful team at AICTE, supported by all of you and my faculty colleagues who are getting trained in this. They have a responsibility, having gone through this, then writing the quizzes and getting the certificate. Okay, certificate is one part. Certificate is not important. Certificate may be important for your career advancement scheme, no doubt. And therefore, you're all interested. But more important is learning, and learning to learn, and lifelong learning. With this philosophy, when you go back to your classes and when you engage with your students with all the learning that you have done from these experts, I'm sure my students will get benefited. And I will be able to create a new India, India which is powerful, which is, in terms of technology, will give solutions to the problems of the entire globe. Namaskar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So I would like to thank again Honorable Professor Anil D. Sahasrabudhe for the words of wisdom. Thank you so much, sir. Today we have Honorable Professor Neelu Rohmetra, Director IIM Sirmaur with us, who is the chief guest of the program. Honorable Professor Neelu Rohmetra, Founder Director of IIM Sirmaur, she brings to table combined experience of over 30 years in teaching, research, and administration. Professor Rohmetra is a U.S. State Department IVLP alumnus, US IEF Fulbright Fellow, and has been postdoctoral Commonwealth Fellow at Lancaster University, UK, 2001-2. She specializes in the area of human resource development, organizational behavior, and cross-cultural management. Professor Rohmetra's contributions to the higher education have been recognized with various honors and awards during her esteemed career. But it is pertinent to mention that she has been honored the First Lady's Award for being the first woman to head an IIM by Ministry of Women and Child Development, Government of India. Currently, she is on the boards and committees of various academic and administrative forums at national and international levels. As founder director of the Institute has grown under her able leadership from the first batch of 22 students in 2015 to approximately 340 students in the current academic year. From one flagship program to start off with, IIM Sirmaur has introduced 2 new programs, the MBA Tourism and Hospitality Management and PhD program in Management during her tenure. The construction work for the permanent campus at Dhola Kuam is also going in full pace under her able guidance. So without much ado, I would like to request Director Ma'am to please address the online gathering. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Devika. And this was not required in terms of setting the pace. After listening to the Honorable Chairman AICTE, Anil Sahasrabudhe, who happens to be a dear colleague, I think I'm honored to be part of the AICTE brilliant exercise today. In the first place, my admiration to Anil Sahasrabudhe and his team at AICTE for this massive an achievement in terms of roping in 1,345 institutions in the country on one platform in terms of the FDPs numbering to nearly 1,000 this year, all online, and expected to train nearly 2 lakh faculty in the country. So many congratulations, sir, in the first place. And secondly, while I am being invited for this, the program, I'm humbled to be here, sir. Many thanks to the director who thought of me, and possibly I could steal some time to be able to be part of this. I have some interviews, selections slotted at 10 today, which by virtue of his persuasion, I think we postponed it to 11:30 today. And even I could not resist saying no when this tempting, the invite came to me, where I could share the podium with none other than the AICTE chairman, Anil Sahasrabudhe ji, who happens to be, a dear colleague, and also AICTE, because AICTE is very dear to my heart. I share my association with AICTE dating 1999. I happen to be the young AICTE career awardee below 35 years of age when I got this acknowledgement from AICTE after competing. And I think I was at that time very young, a person who just started in career in management education. So I think some step has to be taken, which possibly I would like to acknowledge that little step which AICTE put me on in terms of support as a career awardee has proved as a milestone to reach me to this stage that today I am being invited to address this gathering. So while I am connected to many faculty today across programs, at least 7 of these who are being inaugurated today, let me just say across that training and development is a very personal angle to any academician, I would say. While the industry and the corporate would always talk of being smart and delivering, let me say that being a teacher and an academician has to be analyzed not just in terms of being smart, it has to be understood in terms of being grounded and connected to the knowledge and the subject area which you are addressing. So therefore, anybody who aspires to be a good academician or a good researcher, first of all, has to come out of that myth that we can be acting just smart and not just deliver by here and there. Any good teacher has to be deeply rooted and connected to the knowledge, the subject area, and no window dressing will sustain while you address or connect to your students. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, as teachers and researchers and budding colleagues in the academia, my first word of caution as a person who has grown over 33 years in higher education and management education in particular, I was too young at about 22, 23 years when I became a faculty member, with no one to hold my finger and tell me do this or that. I just evolved out of networking, conversation, and just understanding that what is going to be required in terms of developing myself. What is it that is required in the environment? Just exploring the new, experimenting fearlessly. Even if I failed, I was never scared of taking initiatives. So at my age, when I'm addressing a lot of young colleagues, I'm supposing that are connected today in this program, and of course with the pearls of wisdom which just Anil Sahasrabudhe ji said, or other colleagues have said this, let me use this time in terms of, first of all, congratulating AICTE in terms of statistics they have reached to. Let me congratulate all my colleagues who are connected today through this program, the other institutions, in terms of hosting these kind of FDPs. And let me also congratulate all those faculty who are connected here today and would be connecting through other programs in terms of understanding, at least taking the first step towards understanding that I need to develop, I need to learn. That willingness to just take the first step is very, very important, which I have learned in life. And the rest follows. Believe me, rest follows. When you are in chair, when you are in seat, when you are in that sea, you automatically learn to kind of get through and wade through the troubled waters. The challenges will always be there. So dear ladies and young gentlemen, I think there are lots and lots that can be said about training and development. But I think the million-dollar question, when we talk about the teacher training or the capacity building, first of all, as a teacher, someone has to understand in oneself, what is it I need training for? The most difficult understanding is the awareness on the part of the colleague as a teacher or as a researcher, that what is it that interests me? I've seen many of the young colleagues who are doing research or, you know, attempting to do some kind of research in areas wherein they are not equipped and or they are not interested. They're only targeting on whether this component or this the topic will get published or not. Believe me, that's not a long-term strategy. The long-term strategy is to actually work on the self-interest in the first place. Begin with that interest first. I understand that everybody wants to grow and would need the publications in numbers, in journals and this and that. But that strategy will not sustain you and make you a subject expert. To be able to make your name as a subject expert, one has to understand what is it that interests me as an area. Let me understand that if it interests me, what are those other people who are working in this area? Let me go beyond my silos. I remember the day I took over as director, IIM Sirmaur, the then HRD minister would always advocate, never work in silos, collaborate, grow. And therefore, I kept that in mind. And therefore, you can see today, IIM Sirmaur is a part of the faculty program development exercise in the IICT list. Because I agree fully that nobody can grow alone. No resource as an institution is sufficient to allow an institution to grow. Anybody at any stage of life, any institution has to offer to the other. So let's come together and rope in resources, collaborate and grow together as a nation, as an institution, as a collaborative exercise. Therefore, no one head can make a progress work. We have to come together, network and understand what are our priorities. And when I talk about the priorities, I would talk about these priorities at two levels. The priorities of an individual. The individual has to prioritize what is it that I need as an academician to be able to contribute to myself, to my interest, the institution I'm serving, and the larger context of research that my country needs. Our Prime Minister and all other are currently advocating in terms of indigenous research. So all of us have to be activated to this idea. All of us must understand that without engaging communities, without doing research in the problem areas that this country faces, no progress, actual progress can be visualized. And similarly, the other responsibility is at the institutional level. No institution, which howsoever big that might be, can grow and contribute unless it spreads its wings, allows the weaker also to join in, and allows to share its resources with the others. Because at the end of the day, as a country, as an higher education system or education system in the country, we will be all together in terms of rating by the outside world. So if we believe that alone one institution has grown and the rest all should be left aside, this is not a good strategy. Therefore, we have to come together in terms of collaboration. And I'm very happy that today one step has been taken forward in this direction by Indian Institute of Management Sirmaur. And thank you very much, AICTE, for giving us as well an opportunity to host this program. It's not just about AICTE asking us to host this, is also about a win-win situation for us as an institution wherein a regulatory body today is coming forward and associating with Indian Institute of Management Sirmaur, and we have also gone one step ahead, sir. So thank you very much. Under the leadership of AICT, whatever little IIM Sirmaur is able to contribute, I commit that IIM Sirmaur will always be there to support the cause of higher education in terms of collaborations, networking, sharing of resources, and coming forward with whatever agenda we are presented, and to the best of our ability, I would say, in the cause of nation building or in the cause of national education policy thrusts in terms of flexibility, in multidisciplinarity angle, etc., anything which Indian Institute of Management Sirmaur can offer to the larger context of higher education, we will be more than happy to contribute about. Now, having said that, I would just brush upon some of the my thoughts which I thought would be good to share at this podium when we are having some young faculty in. So I would like to actually emphasize and say that any young faculty who is listening to this conversation today, they must dream big. They must dream big. Just don't think you cannot do this. If I can travel from a state university to the position of a director, Indian Institute of Management Sirmaur, it did not happen like that. I really worked very hard. So similarly, anybody can do. It was not something a wonder for me. I mean, it was not a magic for me. It required focus and hard work. So any faculty listening to me today, I inspired all those women, if yes. So I request everybody who is listening, dream big, shape yourself well, follow your ambition, imbibe values, confront situations fearlessly, offer solutions, never complain, develop confidence by learning and through knowledge, feel empowered, allow self-esteem to prevail. And in today's context, it is extremely important, which we are doing it also in practice at IIM Sirmaur. Allow communities to come to you. You reach out to communities, improve a community engagement. This is what India as a country needs today. Allow indigenous knowledge to come into institutions, work on the indigenous problems, research on the indigenous problems. You might publish little late in those areas, but eventually your communities, your environment, your nation is going to be benefited by that. I think with these small words and lot of appreciation for AICT, lot of appreciation for my team at IIM Sirmaur, especially the IT team at AICT and IT team at Sirmaur for a wonderful coordination, for a flawless event that is running on live. Absolute delight to be part of this event, and many more to come. I wish many more to come, and therefore over to you, Devika. Thank you very much, Anil Sahasrabudhe ji, for this opportunity, and all the good luck and good wishes. We're all there. At least Neelu Rohmetra stands for nation building, and that's a commitment at a personal and a professional level. Thank you very much, one and all. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such powerful words of wisdom and sharing your thoughts and opinion in the spirit of the event. Thank you. And so much, ma'am. Thank you. Now I would like to call upon Dr. Ajit Singh, Regional Officer, AICTE, to give formal vote of thanks. So please.
Thank you, Dr. Devika. Chief guest of today's program, respected Professor Neelu Rohmetra ji, Director IIM Sirmaur, respected Professor Anil Sahasrabudhe ji, Chairman AICTE, Dr. V. Suresh ji, Professor Alok Kumar ji, Dr. Sachin Mirnekar ji, Dr. C. Velen ji, faculty members of various organizations, coordinators, and dear participants. Very good morning to all of you. It is my honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks on behalf of ATAL Cell to all the eminent dignitaries and participants present in this inaugural ceremony of ATAL ATAL FDPs. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude and most sincere thanks to Professor Neelu Rohmetra ji, who blessed us with her presence in this program in spite of her very busy schedule, as she told in her address. That thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for your blessings and inspiration. It is my fortune to thank Honorable Chairman Sir for the continuous inspiration and motivation he gave to organize this event. Thank you very much, sir, for your inspirational words. I am also thankful to Dr. C. Velan ji, Dr. Sachin Vernikar ji, Professor Alok Kumar ji, and Dr. V. Suresh ji for their valuable address and time in this inaugural program. I am thankful to all the deans, coordinators, and participants of this faculty development program, without whom this program could not be possible. Thank you all for your participation. Last but not the least, I am thankful to the whole team of ATAL Cell, Dr. Sony ji, Dr. Girdhari Garg ji, and the staff of ATAL Cell who worked tirelessly to resolve the issue of coordinators and to make the event grand success. Thank you all for your continuous efforts. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you.
नमस्कार, आपका मीटिंग का समय बराबर हो गया मैडम.
हाँ जी जी
मैडम
जी
ने
जी
साढ़े
जी
11 बजे इंटरव्यू रखा.
I'm on time. Thank you. I'm on
On-
time. I was watching
on-
my podcast. Thank you very much for this invitation.
Thank you.
Very delighted. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, all of you. Thank you.
Thank
Namaste.
you.
What a wonderful start. What a wonderful start. Thank you.
Yeah. Congratulations, everyone.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you,
Professor.
And, to this end, a warm welcome to all of you. Actually, everywhere, to the entire country, to visit IIM Sirmaur, wherein the beautiful campus is coming up in Himachal Pradesh. You must visit whenever the situation improves. Thank you, one and all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.
At this
Thanks
note,
a
I
lot,
would
sir.
like to thank again Honorable Professor Neelu Rohmetra Madam, Director IIM Sirmaur, Honorable Professor Anil D. Sahasrabudhe ji, Chairman AICTE, Dr. Ravindra Kumar Soni ji, Director AICTE, Mr. V. Suresh, Dr. Sachin Varnekar, Dr. C. Velan, Professor Alok Kumar, the Director and the Deans of participating institutes, the FDP coordinators, faculties from different institutes, faculty and staff members of IIM Sirmaur, and also the IT team of IIM Sirmaur and AICTE and ATAL Academy to make this program a huge success. Thank you so much again. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks to Devika for wonderful coordination again. Thanks to you, Devika. Brilliant. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Devika.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, all. Thank you so much, all.
Thank you, ATAL team. Gaurav, Rahul.
Thank you, sir.
And Rahul, e-governance. Thank you to all.
Thank you, Girdhari sir. Thank you.
Thank you.